Hi, so this is another exam for the secondary school admissions test. This one is going to be on mathematics and it's just 3 problems. Okay, so let's do math review. And by the way, this can be used on all aptitude tests in high school, and even middle school does probability. So here we are. Billy visits the toy store. His mom tells him that he can choose from the Power Rangers, the superheroes, and the animals. So that's 3 types of toys here. And as you're going through this, read through this in your mind, how you're going to do this. Okay, so each type of toy comes in 2 sizes, small and large. And they have 5 colors. The colors are red, purple, yellow, green, and blue. Billy must choose a toy of one shape, one size, and one color. So Billy really, when it says a toy, this really should have been written as one. And if you see this on the test, make sure that unless they tell you that it's 2 or 3, that they mean one toy. Okay, so what is the probability that Billy will choose a small green Power Ranger? So that's 1. So here's what's going on. He has 2 choices here of size, 3 choices here of type of toy, and then he has 5 choices for the colors. So and then over here he has A is 1 over 180. That's a permutation. You may probably won't go that high. This is 1 out of 30. This is 1 out of 10. And this is 1 out of 5, which you should cross this off immediately because that means that there's only 5 choices, and you know there's more than that here. There's 5 colors, 3, that's 8, and then 2, it's at least 10. Okay? So here we are. You have a combination problem, and you had your 2 sizes, 3 types of toys, and you have 5 colors. So here it is. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 6 times 5 is 30. So you're choosing one toy. That's 1 out of 30. So I don't know if you can see this here, but 1 out of 30 was B. So that's your answer. Simple stuff. Okay, so question number 2 is, what is the area of the section which is shaded? This is a big clue as to how you're going to solve this problem. But anyway, you have a circle, you have a radius. If you cut your circle in half, you know that this area here is less than 180, even if you didn't have this degree angle, which is given to you of 72. Another thing, you have to assume that this 15 inches stands for this radius because they did not draw a line all the way across the circle. If it was a diameter, it would be drawn all the way across. It wouldn't go completely over like this, but it would be drawn like right here in midway and say that's the diameter. Okay, but that's not what's happening. This over here, this R1 equals A1, R2 equals A2. This radius, this just means that this radius is proportional to the area of the first circle, because you have a circle here, and radius 2 is proportional to the area of the second circle. So if you could find something about these circles, like if this is 15 inches for the whole circle here, it would probably be 7.5 a half. Anything you can do to solve. Here's the other thing. This is a section. So you're either looking for the arc of a sector or you're looking for a sector. But you already know you're not looking for the whole area. And if you get confused on what the area is, remember on this test sometimes the formulas are given for you, but the circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, and that's the circumference is the distance around, that's the circle that's around here. Okay, and the area is equal to, area here, is equal to pi r squared. the area. Okay, so somehow you've got to do things, and all of these here, over here, your choices are pi choices. Okay, now when we go over here, remember I said area of a sector of a circle because they already told you here section. And when you're talking about geometry, they mean sector. So here's your formula. This is the area right here we just went over, but now you're doing the area of a sector, which this means measure of the arc over 360. What's the arc? That's the part that's shaded. So that's that region. So when you get ready to set this up, you're going to set everything up. Now here's already done for you. There's one arc. Be ready to perform the equation. You took this 15 pi squared, and you just went ahead and put in the formula of the radius, which was 15, and it's 15 inches, which they gave you. Okay, now let's go on. Anyway, now you place the numbers into the equation, and they were given to you. The 72 degrees goes here. Where are you getting 360 degrees? You're getting 360 from the total area of a circle. It is always, always, always 360 degrees. It's an angle. Triangles are 180, circles are 360. And so let me correct this here. Oh, okay, so anyway, and remember, this is the area of a sector is a measure of the arc over 360. So when we put anything in, that's what we're doing. And you're actually telling yourself, I want the measure of this section, meaning this section here, over what its total area is, which is 360. And then you're able to get 72 over 360. And then this 15 is the radius. So that's the area, radius squared. So 15 squared times pi. And when you multiply this out, if you remember dividing this, if you remember your math, 72 goes into 365 times. 72 goes into itself one time, so that's 1/5. And then you just multiply across. 15 times 15 is 225. 1 times 225 is 1. 5 times 1, this is implied as 5. That's your answer. And here's all the math done for you. You might have a calculator on the computer. You could hit the square button, or you could just do 15 times 15. You get 225. Then you divide this 5 into this 225, and that's your answer. Closest is 45 here. They might have on the test 45 pi inches squared. Or they might say, they might even abbreviate and put IN. But there's your answer. It is choice D. Okay. How far does Chris drive from Bellevue, Florida to Gainesville? When you read these questions on this exam, especially, you have to use the information that's given to you. If you're doing the ACT or the SAT, you could just do a straight time equals distance over rate. So when you read the question, it says on the map, and this is how it will actually be written like this. It'll say on the map, the symbol, and that's these here, represents 12 miles. If Chris drives at a speed of 60 miles per hour, how long will it take him to drive from city A to city B? So this is city A, that's his start, city B. Always remember this formula, distance equals rate times time, and this here is just an inverse where distance goes on top of the rate. So once again, here are your formulas. Okay, so now, your choices are 36 minutes, 48 minutes, 1 hour and 36 minutes, 1 hour and 12 minutes, and 1 hour and 48 minutes. So represents 12 miles. If Chris drives at a speed of 60 miles per hour, how long will it take him to drive from city A to city B? So you have to count these curves. And if you can remember, you could also do 12 times 60 is 720, and you'd have 720 here. And there's a way to deal with that. But also, you were lucky enough to be given 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just multiply them straight across, you get 72. Okay, 72 miles. Where is this? Distance. That's total distance, isn't it? Yes, it is. Total D over original distance, over starting distance, but distance is all lined up on one column, is going to give you your time. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this, people? Okay, we have to do a proportion. We had 60 into 72. Go up here, you have 60 goes into 72, not evenly, but one time, and you get 60 here, you have 12 left over, and what is that if you drive a zero around it? 2, so it's 12. Well, here's your answer, okay, right here. And let's go over why it wouldn't be 36 minutes. If you're starting out each 12 miles, 68 miles per hour, and you have 6 of these, if you think about it, 6 of these is at least 360 miles, and that's why they're giving you 36 minutes, because they're thinking that you'll think that each one of these is going to take you like 3 minutes, but it's not. 48 is so you go 12 times 4, but where are you getting that? So you have to start thinking what's going on and how you get these formulas. 12 goes into 60 how many times? 55, I'm sorry, not 50, of course not. 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, 12 goes into itself one time, so that would be 1/5. So the closest this could be here would be 50 minutes, that's off. Your 1 hour and 36 minutes is hoping that you overcount. You go 36, 36, 36, 36, 36. 1 hour and 48 minutes is if you don't remember what to do on the next slide and you don't remember how to convert. Okay. So for instance, over here you have 1 over 12 out of 60 minutes. And they're hoping that you'll forget that this was already given to you. So you have to think that this is 1 out of this is 1 and 12 out of 60 minutes, which is actually 1 hour and 12 minutes. And that's your answer. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great afternoon. If you have any questions, there's our email address.